Welcome to another weekly edition of Lombardi Live. It's Tuesday, and we know it's Tuesday because it's Lombardi Live. I'm here today with a co-host, Fausto Cuevas. Thank you for joining me, Fausto.
Hey, Don, thank you for having me.
Fausto, join me in welcoming our great friend. He's well known to the percussion world as being in a league of his own, and he truly is. So I thought about what I'd tell someone who is not aware of our special guest. I'd simply say what I always say. He's the Buddy Rich of congas and percussion. Giovanni Hidalgo, thank you for joining us, Gio.
Thank you, Mr. Don Lombardi, and everybody over there, and Fausto. What a pleasure. This is what we need. Don, I cannot forget, never in my life, the pioneers, the elders. I believe a lot in the longevity. You know, we are humans, we're born, we have to die like that, but at the moment, we need to keep going on. And maybe we can live until 80 something, maybe 90, maybe 90 something, maybe 100 year old. And the time passed and you're still there with the beauty, happy, with music. But the opportunity to go and record in drum channel, you know, all the musicians, all the people, they have to keep watching drum channel, learning. So then we help each other in that way. They have a vast information, musician, artist, styles, modes, you know, and thank you, Don, because that day, can you imagine myself together with Teddy Bosio, Alex Acuna? What way to start? I mean, it's amazing, and I would like to keep going on that way, because you know that I always call you and leave you a message with new ideas that I believe that's gonna help us.
Let's not only remember about that, let's look at it for a second. I said at the beginning that Fausto was a student of yours, but I think when anybody sees you play, Fausto, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody's a student of Gio's all the time, right?
Yeah. From the moment that you meet Giovanni Hidalgo, you're a student of Giovanni. It's unbelievable. His impact on me and on thousands, hundreds of thousands of percussionists and people have been amazing. From the first day, it's been incredible.
Yeah, we lock since the first day. What is your name? Oh, Fausto Cuevas. You, orale. I mean, that was amazing. And let me tell you, I still have those papers over here with me.
Oh.
Okay, with all your names, the students done. I use that. I have it because that's something I thank God and I thank the people that helped me to go to Berklee like that. I went the year before, let me see, 1990, 2 years before, I went over there with Mickey Hart, with Planet Drum. So that was Sikiru, Adepoyu, Sakiri Hussein. Sakiri was there, yeah. Mickey Hart and myself and Baba Olatunji.
Wow.
So we played there, and then with my friends Danilo Perez, Carlos Córdoba, like that. You're gonna laugh, Don and Fausto, because they asked me if I finished my university, and I said, no, never in my life. I just from the superior school. I was almost to go to the university, but they have the chance for me to play with Batacumbele, and then, you know, between Charlie Palmieri, Luigi Texidor, Batacumbele, Mario Ortiz, etc. The teacher asked me, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to the graduation, or are you going to go to Cuba to play with Batacumbele? And I said, teacher, I'm going to go to Cuba. And then I said, no, I never finished my university. And they tell me, oh, so Giovanni, then you cannot, you know, be here. I'm sorry. I said, oh yeah, well, the first university is the street, the life. But the academy is so good. But you know something? Thank you so much, no problem. Okay, the university is so important, but Lombardi and Fausto, we have the school in front of us since we was a little kid. Before we born and after we born, that school is over there in front of us always, which is the street. And I received this call. I grabbed the phone. I said, good morning. Good morning, with Mr. Giovanni Hidalgo from Berklee College of Music. If it's he, I said, yeah, that's me. Oh, good morning. I said, what a pleasure, thank you. In what can I help you? So they explained to me, they said, Giovanni, I'm so sorry, we apologize because we did a big mistake with you. And I said, oh, no problem. With me, it's okay. I live the life, music, happy, joy, joking, every 24/7. And it's okay, no problem with that. And they talked to me very kind, Don and Fausto, you know, they're very kind. I said, Giovanni, no, really, we apologize. I said, thank you, but don't feel bad. We are humans, and always we did some mistake, and we learn from the mistakes. So, and we want you to come into the school to teach. And I went like, wow, yes. Oh, wow, thank you for the opportunity. Can you pass by? Can you come on this next Thursday? I said, yes, I can. So can you be here at 9:30 in the morning? Yes, I'll be there. So I was there at 9:30, and from there, Don, that's history, because for me, not only in representation of Puerto Rico, but in representation of the whole planet, because the rhythm, the music, the styles, the traditions belong to planet Earth, not only just one place. And let me tell you that I'm not the only one. I'm not God. But I believe that with my little thing that I put in that school, the name of the school, that helped a lot to the name of the school to grow up more. And some people was calling, oh, we need to go to Berklee. Not only to take class with Giovanni, with all of them, because that was a super great teachers over there. The experience that I had with Mr. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, 1988. And then with Mr. Dizzy Gillespie. Should I get in 1988 too, at the end of 88? And for me, those two columns, I'm still, you know, thanks God always, all my life, for that kind of opportunity, and a lot more, Don, a lot more.
Gio, you're very, very special to the world. And you know, the opportunities that you're talking about that came to you came for a reason, because you're blessed and you're so gifted. And we're going to talk about the United Nations Orchestra a little bit later too.
Okay, good.
But I was wondering, you've got your signature drums there in front of you. I wondered when Fausto came in to take a lesson, and Fausto was studying with Gio at Berklee. You just happened to be going there the exact same years that he was there, so you had him all the way through. And Fausto actually went to Berklee as a drum set player, not a percussionist. You turned him into a percussionist, Gio, and he's made a huge career of being a percussionist 90% of the time, right, Fausto?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I remember when I took Fausto, And I tell him, Papa, but you play good. You could some couple of things that you're not ready, but no, you're okay with this. Come on over here. And well, do you remember when I do for 3 years in a row that I took all the students and some teachers to my house?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Explain that to Don. Don, I took 1 day of the semester, or Saturday or Sunday. If I have more on Sunday, that was the day. If I had more on Saturday, that was the day. And I said, okay, everybody gonna bring something. I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna put two, I'm gonna do my team, my beverage like that, but you guys you bring wine, you bring sodas, you beer, bread, the Chinese food, the Japanese, Africa, Germany, Mexico, remember?
Yeah.
With my father, Manyenge, and my son, Ian.
Man, amazing.
John, I did that for 3 years in a row to take the students out of those four walls. Yeah. Because when you are over there in the walls, I said, no. I have to go. I have to do something. I have to get out from here with the students. Okay, that's the beach, that's the park. But no, let me do something more private, like in Spanish, privado, íntimo, with the students and myself, the interaction. And I tell them, I want to see you guys at noon, sharp, in my house. Everybody bring something.
Yeah.
And we have a huge barbecue, a huge, like 2 or 3 drums of beverage, water, juices, beer, whatever, wine, and then the barbecue, amazing with everything.
So what was that course called at Berklee? That was called Party at Gio's House? Is that the name of the Berklee course? Right. That's a good one.
That was my makeup class.
Yeah.
In my house with everybody, to give the opportunity to everybody to be out of the monotony, following the rules and the school, which is good, of course, but no, come on to the house. Let's be sharp at noon. Everybody was there at noon. So then we start from 12:30 until 1:30 or 2 o'clock. Everybody signed the paper, bam, which I have it over here at home with me. They sign it, so I have already my makeup class done. So now, from 2 o'clock, 1:30 or 2 o'clock p.m. until 7 p.m., that belongs to us to jam, to practice the class, what we talk in the class. Jamming in all the sense. And that was beautiful.
It's beautiful. What a way to learn, huh, Fausto? I'm sure you've got plenty of stories.
The best way to learn. It's because it's like Joe said. It's life. You're interacting with one of the most amazing Latin percussionists, congueros in the whole world, and you're seeing him in his home and teaching you the way he learned, like Giovanni says, from the streets and everything. There's no pressure. There's no class. It's the ultimate class where you get to eat, you get to hang out, everybody's laughing, having a great time. We're in the backyard and we're playing. The inspiration is so much greater. What
was the name where I was living? Oh, Malden.
What?
In Malden. That was, I wish Don was over there. If he was over there with us, forget it.
Yeah.
He enjoy. Oh no, forget it. He's gonna be like laughing, having fun, joy. 24-14.
Talking about playing, from the streets. Fausto, you'd mentioned when we talked a little earlier about a project that you really like that's hard to find now. When Gio was playing, tell us a little bit about that project.
When Giovanni was playing with Badacumbele, I think Giovanni, we're talking about Ala Iole when you did that solo.
Remember?
Iola in 1980.
Yes, 1980.
You took this conga solo, and everybody was like, "What just happened?" It was so incredible that the language that Giovanni spoke on that solo was taking what we know as Afro-Cuban conga drumming to another height, another level.
And the percussion level in Batacumbele, papi. A part of myself, Cachete Maldonado, rest in peace. Oh my Lord, a huge conga player, percussion, bata, everything. Then Anthony Carrillo, myself. Then Eddie Guagua Rivera, bass.
Yep.
Eddie Figueroa, piano.
Sí, señor.
And in the first album, the gentleman, the person that bring the songo to Puerto Rico, to New York, to North America, first ever, and California like that, was Mr. Ignacio Berroa.
Sí, señor.
So Berroa was the one that recorded the first album done with Batacumbele. And over there, we have a good taste from Puerto Rico to Cuba, because Cachete learned that in Cuba. Remember Los Bambam with Changuito and Yulo, La Orquesta Ritmo Oriental with Claro and Daniel.
Woo.
That was amazing.
Unbelievable.
So Cachete went over there in 1979. So he brought the song, couple of part of the song on the congas to New York, Puerto Rico. With I remember when he recorded with Luis Perico Ortiz, Julián del Valle, El Perro con la Gatita, those albums. Right. That was Cachete, and what Cachete plays on both.
Let's listen to that for just a second.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
Giovanni Hidalgo.
Theo, I mean, what can you say, Fausto? There's nothing you can say after that. Going back to your teaching days, and Fausto as a student, if he were to come in, you have the drums there. What's one of the first things that you would show him on three congas for young students that are out there that are just starting to learn? What would be a basic pattern you would like to show them?
Well, for example, I can do the same marcha, because when you do the marcha, right? Instead, you go like on the quinto, you can go from the tumbadora to the quinto. So then you do.
Yep.
And if you're gonna go, I showed to them the marcha. Right? And after that, I remember that I jumped to the tumbao for mambo. for mambo that was like. And congueros like Patato, Valdez, Cándido Camero, the same Mongo Santa Maria, Francisco Acuabella, Armando Peraza. Let me tell you, those congueros, they was, you know, and we cannot leave apart Barreto, Ray Barreto. You know, there was a bunch of them. Tata Wines was the one that changed everything done. Tata Wines was the one that refined everything. The distance, the slap, the sound, the projection. No, amazing. And he worked always from here. Because some people from the conga solo, pata, conga, and the whole band is playing loud. And I always remember Tata said, go down a little bit. And makes sense because it's much better. You play comfortable, you play hard, very hard, and you don't kill yourself. For example, Papin and Los Papines, when you see them playing and the sound, huge. And when you see the hands, no callus, just like a baby. A hand was like a baby, like amazing. And after I came from California, that I changed September 7, 1977, I put all the rudiments of the drum, the snare, to the congas.
Yep.
And I was practicing in my pad, and then I said, wow, I bring the congas. I look the pad, I took the sticks again. Ra, 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 ra. This is it. This is the thing. From that moment on, and I put that day, that's what I remember always, September 7, 1977. Thanks God. I changed all that to over here because the stick, when you do, the rebounds is natural. But with the hand, you have to push it.
Right.
So then you try to put in balance. Right? Is so important. You know, not to the chest, to the stomach, like the diaphragm. Everything in life is the breathing. When you swim, if you throw out your breath, you know, the breath out, you want to sink.
Right.
So you have to have the oxygen and then for the sound. 2, 3, 1, and I always think in that way. I know, and you know that, and Fausto too. Don, when you do, for example, the 5-stroke roll. Okay, so I always like to be, I don't know, that's the way that I think, always up there in the syncopation, always. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I believe it's going to be a good example for all the people that have disabilities, conditions, etc. They don't have to get frustrated. You know what I mean, Papa? They have to keep going on.
Absolutely.
No.
To live the moment. And I believe in that way we can prolong more the life, and the happiness have to be totally with us all the time.
You did something really beautiful when you were playing with the stick, Gio, because it's the best example I've ever seen, and I've explained this a lot, and I've had it explained to me by great teachers through my life, that the stick is an extension of the hand. The way you play with your body and the way you play with the stick is just the same. It's just the stick should be part of your body. It shouldn't be something that you think you're holding and hitting something with. It should feel very natural.
And you have to balance, because you know something, and the people know, I would like the people to know this. When you play with the stick, for example, a whole show, when I was at the beginning of the amputation like that, I have to play like with the stick. So when you play with the stick and then the hand, at the beginning, this side with the hand, you're gonna feel, like, oh my Lord. And you feel like a little sword, and no pain, but kind of, because the balance, and that took maybe 3-5 days until you balance that, and then you increase that, boom, and that's, like we said, that's the hell, because the people, they don't notice what we have, the drummers, the congueros, what we have to pass through. They don't imagine. And we remember, we play seat. So in one or another way, at the long term, the back, you know what I mean? That's amazing. The waist, over here, that's amazing. And that took a lot of concentration, to put in the same level the stick and the hand, until you get it over there.
What do you think about playing 1, 2, 3 congas for drummers starting out? Fausto, what did you start on? 1?
One drum.
That's
Giovanni always taught that you can have 2, 3, 4, 500, but the real deal is when you learn how to play one drum.
Yes, remember?
Yeah, I'll never forget that. So that always stayed with me, because, man, I met Giovanni in 1993 and started studying with him, and just to see him just play one drum. I've seen him play one drum with a wrench in one hand and his hand on the conga, and then singing, and it sounds incredible. But one drum, not 5, not 6, but 1, and unbelievable. So that is I think one of the biggest lessons. We have to learn how to play one drum first, and then we start going to 2 and 3, and then however many. But yeah, that was one of the most important lessons for me.
For example, Don, can I play something now?
Of course.
Okay, and I love it. Because as more simple we play, it's very hard. When we play very slow, very hard. So then I love it when I do like, with this one over here, it's very complicated, but I always do that. And for example, the flam, and I always play it, and I look to the other side on and Fausto, because the sound tell you. When you see it, cool, but when you don't see it, that's another cubicle. The sound tell you. Un ejemplo, right? For example, okay? The sound tell you. You have to feel it, to catch that, to put your love, your happiness, your loyalty to that. Because if you don't have loyalty for what you're playing, starting with yourself, your instrument, your mind, your spirit, forget it done. And Fausto, we're gonna be done.
Yep.
For
Don,
example,
this is what I was telling you about earlier about Giovanni, the way he shares the truth about his feelings, his soul, and his honor to the drum and rhythm, and that's priceless because that stays with you forever. It's amazing.
Yeah, because what you feel, that's the preparation at the moment, tomorrow, after tomorrow, or our life, the preparation for our foundation that we're gonna leave in the earth, and that's what that foundation is for. What? For our legacy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but speaking of legacies, let's take a look at one of the greatest concerts of all time and see if you have some comments about that. We can actually take a look at this together here now. And you can tell us about it and explain exactly what it was and where it was. Just like you're saying, you're happy all the 24 hours a day, and it's your shows.
Amazing.
How did that come to be?
That day I had the asthma. That conga solo was with asthma, and my chest wanted me to cough, but I cannot cough because cameras like that. That's when really start my journey.
How did you meet Dizzy? How did that all happen?
There was Dizzy Gillespie and the United Nations Orchestra, and that was at the Royal Hall in London, England, 1990. And all those people, forget about me, all those great artists, amazing. That was like a family for me because all of them, Flora, Ayrton, Ignacio, Paquito, Slide, James Moody, Oh, Sam Rivers, Claudio was over there, John Fadis,
Yeah.
Steve Douglas,
Yeah.
John Lee, Ed Cherry. Was Monty Alexander in piano, but then after that, over here, that was already Danilo Perez. And that was a huge, wow, man, that was super great. I miss that already. I miss DC a lot. Same way that I miss Luke Dunn. Place that I met Art Blakey. I was playing at the Village Gate in New York. And then, first of all, I finished to play. And Ross Musto, that was the friend of brother for Jerry Gonzalez and Andy Gonzalez. Ross came to me and said, Gio, papi. I said, hey, how you doing? Come on over here now. What happened? Come on over here. Where we gonna go? Forget it. Come on. Boo wants to see you. And I said, Boo. And in 3 seconds I said, Boo. No. Buhenia? Is he here? He wants to see you. He's waiting for you. And Ross was the one that brought me. When we finished, I went to go out from the Village Gate. And in the corner, at the door, my left side was Art Blakey. I remember dressing in all white. The same thing happened to me at the Village Gate, like almost a year after. Same thing when I meet Dizzy over there. Same like Art Blakey. That was something that I saw right away. Dizzy was dressing in all white. And I said, wow, this is a signal. Both of them in white. Like myself, I like to dress in white always. And both of them asked me, before they asked me, they went like, Papi, that was good. You want to play with me?
We could go on forever and listen, right, Fausto? Gio, you're such a wealth not only of information, but of love and caring and wanting to give back. And we're going to have to wind it up here, but something you would like to say to not only the young artists out there, but aspiring musicians. What would you like to say to them?
What I suggest for the new kids, next generation, even us, we still practicing. Keep practicing, keep analyzing, but keep analyzing and practicing, listening, and create. Always create, but never forget the elders, the pioneers, because thanks to them, we are here. And we are here now to help the other ones that are going to come after.
Right.
So the rhythm, the clarity in what we is playing and what we play is going to be super radiant, brilliant, because that's the way. That never, please, for the next generation, please be always humble. Doesn't matter how many awards, how many places you go like that, you have to thank God. And when you have a little opportunity, hey, go to the floor and put a knee and pray, or sit at your table at 4 or 4:30 or 5 in the morning and pray a little bit. Doesn't matter 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes, but that's so good for the aura, for the soul, for the spirit, for your creativity, your mentality. So when you sit, go to the studio, go to practice, go to write, you go fresh.
Great.
That's what I'm telling you, Don,
Couldn't be better, huh, Fausto?
Can I play a little bit?
Yeah, please. Play us out. Play us out here as we end up. Yeah, please.
Okay, so basic on the palms. So when I do like
I think that says it all, Gio. That says it all. Look forward to seeing you more when you come out here when we finish editing your course that we have on Drum Channel. If you want to get lessons from either of these gentlemen, again, lessonsquad.com/drum channel for mentoring or lessons. I can't thank you so much for your time back there. And at 95 degrees with major humidity, I imagine, too, in Florida.
Anytime, Dom, anytime. I thank the Lord to give me the opportunity to be a LP, Latin Percussion. Same with the old companies that I endorse, and the respect for the other ones around the whole world. Always we are looking for the best quality in our instruments. And that's like that. That's with a lot of love. And the new things, the new products that are going to come out, I hope you guys like it, but we are doing this with a lot of love, a lot of dignity and respect, but a high top quality. And that's our purpose, the quality on sound, on projection, visual, and what? The love.
You are the one and only, that's all I can say. We will talk with you very soon.
Thank you, Papa.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, Papa.
Ciao, Papi. Love them. Thank you, Papa. Love you.